All right, so I have cards like all over the place, but I felt like this was too good of a message to not do a video for, and I don't have my stand set up, so excuse the movement, but I had to record this video. All right, so the message here is I was asking Spirit to just give me messages about a divine counterpart, union, relationship that is currently in separation right now. And listen, the cards did not disappoint, all right? So the first card came out was meant to be. And I'm like, all right, Spirit, well, we know if it's a divine counterpart situation, we know it's like ultimately meant to be, but like now what? And then the following cards that came out were like so spot on with the energy that I was picking up. So I got to share them. So yeah, we had the meant to be card. So Spirit's letting you already know that everything is happening as it should. And this connection really is meant to be, right? Because you guys are here for a bigger purpose, a higher purpose. You are here to love each other and to show the world what that true unconditional love looks like, right? And that is, and you are supposed to, your love is going to be so powerful that it helps other people, it triggers other people into looking at their relationships and looking at the love that they desire and knowing that it's possible, right? So I asked about, the masculine, obviously. And the first cards that came out was shadow work, separation, and solitude. And I'm like, spot on. That's what I was that's what I was picking up, right? Like we already know that this relationship, this union is in separation right now. And Spirit's just letting us know that the masculine counterpart is actually doing a lot of shadow work right now. All right, while they are in solitude. So they are using this separation for their highest good. So if you were doubting that, if you were worried about, are they doing the work? Spirit said they are. They're being faced with a lot of shadow work, right? There's a lot of triggers that are coming up. So they're needing to really, really look at like what's triggering them. And a lot of these triggers that are coming up, they're realizing are deep rooted, right? Like they're not actually in regards to whatever the scenario that is like present day, but that it's inner child issues that are now being triggered in their daily life. And they're able to then look at their relationship and their union with their feminine too and notice the triggers, right? So they are going through a purge. They're going through an emotional purge. You can even see like with the water here, right? That is emotion. So they are feeling very emotional. They may not be showing this, but they are having a lot of sleepless nights, all right? Because we even got dark night of the soul over here. So they are going through another dark night of the soul. And I feel like this is because a lot of masculines put off doing the work for a while. So that's why you were probably questioning, are they doing the work? Because I've been doing the work and it's like, no, don't worry, they are, but that doesn't mean that you should wait for them, right? They are feeling regretful. They are feeling regret for how they treated you, how they handled everything, how maybe they responded to you in your last messages. Maybe it was a text exchange, maybe it was a phone call, but the last conversation that you guys had, they are like replaying that over and over, and they are regretting how they handled that, right? But then the divine intervention came out. So I feel like your guides, right? Your ancestors, their ancestors, elevated ancestors, and of course, like God, because you guys are here for a higher purpose, like I said, is stepping in, all right? And it's like, enough's enough, right? And I always say that like our ancestors and our guides will kind of let us go like off course a little bit, like to learn whatever lessons we need to learn. But if we go too far left, like they will snatch us up. And that's exactly what's happening right now. It's like, nah, you guys are here for a bigger purpose, right? And like I said, this is not for you to wait around. This is not for you to to put your life on hold. But I felt like whoever this message is for really just needed some clarity. All right. So forgiveness. They are definitely doing a lot of work around forgiveness, a lot of work around the heart chakra. So they could be working like their 12 steps, forgiving themselves. That's what they're needing to do the most. And I feel like that's like the step that they're on right now, is making amends with people, but also like making amends with themselves and forgiving themselves for how they acted. And they will be asking you for your forgiveness with how they acted. And that's up to you whether or not you want to forgive them or how you're going to respond. But I feel like I'm being told to tell you not to respond with ego. Of course, have boundaries, it's like know your worth and all of that, but be mindful of how you respond, because I feel like you'll be triggered when you do have this conversation with this person and they are asking for your forgiveness. You may be triggered and find yourself acting out of old patterns and old behaviors. All right. So the masculine card came out. So that was just confirming already that we are talking about the masculine, which I love this, right? But they are feeling inspired. They're feeling inspired during this dark night of the soul. They're feeling inspired. They're learning more. Okay. So they may be diving into what divine counterparts are, maybe what twin flames are, soulmates, like the idea of that. They're feeling inspired to do the work, to learn, to grasp these concepts so that they can level up, like not only for themselves, not only for you and your union, but like I feel like for like future generations. So they may have kids, you may have kids together, I'm not sure, but for they're feeling inspired finally. I feel like they're coming out of the other side of doing a lot of this work. So February could hold a lot of big movement and changes in this connection, but I'm seeing between February and April. So February, March, April is really significant in this connection. And the last two cards that came out were action. Okay, so action, which I love, and then return. So yeah, they are planning on taking action, because I feel like they don't really have like a choice. Like it's like Spirit's like, not like this is your person. They're feeling that, they know who you are to them. I was just told to say that because I feel like somebody needed that confirmation, but they do plan to return, and it's all divinely orchestrated. Archangel Michael being very present in this connection too. So definitely, like I said, do not wait on them. Continue leveling up, continue rising, and continue living your life. And if they are your true divine counterpart, and this is a soul connection that is for the highest, not only your highest and greatest good, but the highest and greatest good of God's people, right? Then everything will work itself out when it's supposed to. So just trust that, know that, and, continue moving in your highest vibration.